All right, we have a request coming in off of the Patreon page right now, and the question here is about the bird flu. So there's been a lot of stories about this, and I've heard the former CDC director say that he thinks the bird flu is going to end up with like somewhere between a 25 and 50% fatality rate. And the question um, is this a bunch of fear that is just being spread to make us afraid, or is this going to be a real thing that's going to happen? So let's just see what we get. All right. So the Knight of Swords on the bottom is showing the guard dog. This is the defensive territorial energy. Right away, it does show that there's something that would need to be protected against. And the main card is the Emperor. And the Emperor is about control. The Emperor is also projecting energy. So this says that it would be controlled, right? So it wouldn't naturally happen. This would probably be something that would be done on purpose, and it would also be projected like at us. I mean, honestly, I would say that this shows both, but the Knight of Swords would show that there is an actual thing to be afraid of, but the Emperor is saying like it is being controlled and manufactured. It would also be done to gain control, and that makes perfect sense. So let's just see what's on either side of the Emperor. Okay, so leading up to the Emperor here, we have the reverse Six of Swords. And again, this is soldier energy that's in the Six of Swords, just like this Knight of Swords. So there would be some sort of military aspect to this, but it makes sense if it was developed to be something like a bioweapon. Now, the Six of Swords here is the burning city of conflict. And this soldier is just tired of being in a conflict zone, so he leaves and he's trying to find mental peace. Now, when this thing turns upside down, it's like the inability to escape the conflict. So if there was any part of this, I mean, if you look at the conflict as the stuff that we went through with COVID, this would be the inability to escape from it. It also might show that there might be no escaping from this when it's released. Now it moves forward to the Emperor, and just real quick on this, I think this is also hinting at the military side of it. Um, so we get the Emperor, and then as it moves forward, so we get the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is showing harvest. What it shows is energy that has been growing for a long time and then it gets harvested very quickly. What I think this is actually talking about is the fall. So here, I mean, if I follow this line, it would basically be made to be a thing in the fall. Now, I want to look at how dangerous this is going to be. The former CDC director, I heard an interview with him when he was talking about. He said that the bird flu pandemic that he was like predicting would have a massive casualty rate, like up to 50% of the people, like a mortality rate. So let's just pull something for when this gets released, like what sort of uh, kind of mortality rate we'll say, or how dangerous will this be? and it's a minor arcana card. So I would figure that the major arcana cards would show something as bad as what the CDC director, former CDC director, was predicting. Um, but the Six of Wands reversed, the Six of Wands is about like being recognized for the work you've done and all of that. And this thing upside down, I mean, what it would mean on its face is like sort of not being recognized for all of the things that you've done. Um, this doesn't look like dire death and disease to me. I'm going to pull one more on this just to be sure, because that is kind of a strange card to show up for this. And we get a reversed Ace of Wands. Now, that's interesting when we look at the long-term effects of COVID and all of the side measures that came with it. There's a lot of things that they're kind of just finding out, right? And this, I think, maybe it's the disease itself or whatever the hell it is that they're going to try to get us to take because of it. But to me, this is saying like it would affect fertility with this reversed Ace of Wands. I mean, here we have sort of the nurturing baby kind of energy, the mother and the baby. And this thing being upside down, maybe it would affect that in some negative way. And then following the line of this, to me, this would say it gets released in the fall or around harvest time. Okay. Well, let's just see what else we get about this. What else do we kind of need to know about this? And to me, this looks very, very similar to COVID. We get this Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords, the person is trapped in this tower, and here the moon is fucking with their head, and it's trying to get them to jump out the window. But it shows a period of being trapped and being like filled with anxiety and massively stressed out. But here the sun is coming up, showing that this is a temporary thing. So it looks like it will suck, but it won't last forever. Like this will be a temporary thing, and as long as we don't freak out, then it's something that we should be able to get through. And as far as the mortality rate, I'm sure that when it's released, they'll say that it's the most deadly thing that ever happened. But looking at this, it doesn't necessarily look like that, but it could affect fertility rates, um, which would be an interesting number to track throughout the years. I think COVID may have done the same sort of thing. But that's what we get here. I'm pretty sure the bird flu is going to be a thing, just because it is being manufactured, and it probably won't be the most deadly thing ever. But that is what we get here. I would love to hear what you think about this, or if you have any other ideas on these cards, let me know. That's what we have for now, and peace.